Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of November 2020. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do invite you to subscribe, and I want to say welcome. I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I will be using my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then I will close out your reading, Taurus, with a Spirit Animal Oracle card. Before we get started, I do want to say thank you all so much for your feedback about the watermark on my videos. If you don't know, someone was stealing my videos, and so I have decided that going forward, I will watermark and brand all of my videos. I read all of your feedback. I took it all in, the good, the bad, the in-between. And I think I have it figured out so it's not so distracting. But please continue to let me know. You know, I appreciate all of your input, and I really want to make this a good experience for both of us. So again, if you have any suggestions or advice, drop them down in the comments, because I do I do need all the help I can get. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and start with your reading. Let's see what we need to know for the sign of Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Taurus? Okay. All right, as we move into the new month, Taurus, things start happening very, very quickly. Buckle up and get ready. But this is not anything you can't handle. You can definitely, you're definitely going to maneuver your way through it. Let's make sure nothing is cut off here. Sorry about that. Okay, so as we move into the new month of November, looks like you're going to have a lot of conversations with people that you work with, okay? Now, this isn't necessarily anything to be concerned about. It's just, you know, a lot of discussions are happening because it looks like some decisions are going to be made. You know, new information is going to be coming through as it relates to your work. Something that you have not been aware of comes to the surface here. Now, I say a lot of conversations are happening because of these two cards here. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Three of Pentacles upright. This is people admiring your work. This is you defending your position. However, you're not going to be defending your position in an argumentative way. It's just you communicating, hey, this is what I do. This is what I contribute. This is my value. This is what I'm worth. It's that kind of a conversation, okay? Where it's basically you just kind of communicating, you know, how you contribute to the organization. And whatever happens, happens very quickly because we have the Speed card. This is the Eight of Wands. This is all about things happening fast. No time wasted. Now, even if you don't have a job, Taurus, this doesn't mean that this doesn't apply to you. What this means is that you have conversations with people around you and you express maybe, hey, you know, I'm a contributor. This is what I do. This is, you know, the value I bring to the bigger picture, to the family, to the home, to our lives, whatever the case may be. And things happen quickly for you too. Now, the interesting thing is that something is going to be revealed. Something is going to be shared. Something is going to be exposed. Now, this isn't anything negative. I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, some deep, dark secrets coming out. Not at all. But when it relates to your money, there's just something that you didn't know that now you're going to have clarity about. You're going to be like, oh, okay. Now, the other thing is the Magician card here in the reverse says that there's still some things that you need that you don't have, whether it be equipment, tools, experience, drive, desire, you know, you have some goals here, but you got to work on making sure you're fully equipped in order to achieve them. Now, this plays a powerful role as it relates to your money, Taurus, because you have to make sure you have the things you need in order to do the job you want, to bring in the money you want, to have, the lifestyle that you want. So you really have to, it's like you have to figure out how to make accommodations for yourself, or you have to figure out how to get exactly what you need. Because it looks like that's the only thing that's really holding you back. It's like, let's say you want to, be a videographer, but you don't have a great camera. Well, you need to figure out a way on how to get a great camera, okay? There's nobody holding you back. There's nothing slowing you down, but you have to be resourceful and figure this out. And that's what the Magician in the reverse talks about. It talks about you having to buckle down and you having to get serious about making these dreams of yours happen, because the money is there waiting for you. You just have to do whatever needs to be done in order to unlock it. Okay? Now, the good thing is the Temperance card talks about that once you kind of start playing with this, things are going to start balancing out for you in a very good way. Maybe once you raise the money and you buy the camera, now there's going to be some opportunities for you to take on extra work, for you to be more creative, for you to partner with someone and maybe, assist them, and then you make money too, whatever the case may be. But just know that nothing is out of balance for you. You just have to do the work, so that way the next level and the next few steps are going to be revealed. Now, this is very, very powerful because a lot of us tend to think very linear when it comes to money. We think, oh, I have to work and then I get paid. Well, that's one way things can happen, but that's not the only way. Okay, so really expand your thinking here, because the Temperance card not only talks about things being in balance, but it also talks about you having multiple chances in order to create what you want. There's no limits. And sometimes what happens with the Temperance card as well is that you have assistants waiting, the angel wings. So some of you have left comments saying, I don't believe in the angels and spirit guides and ancestors, and that's fine. But I do have to tell you that there are, how should I say it? There are things out there who do assist you unbeknownst to you, maybe in a different realm. And whether you believe it or not doesn't mean that you still can't benefit from it. Okay, so try not to block your blessings in that sense. I don't want to go too off in a tangent with that, but I just felt like somebody needed to hear that. Okay, so let's continue on, Taurus. Let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2020. All right, so as we move into the second week of November, Taurus, you're going to have to probably take a few steps back in order to recalculate your next steps forward. And I say that because I'm looking at these cards here, and it starts off with the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is the card about retreat, meditation, going within, pause, resting, right? So, and because I see Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, Three of Cups, all in the reverse, this is telling me that you've got to rethink some decisions here. When it comes to your money, Taurus, sometimes you have to be very selective in what you do. Now, we talked about here about you getting resourceful and getting the things you need to create the life you want. But remember, we're not going to go all haphazardly, just kind of doing whatever, wherever, and however. You have to be methodical about this. You have to have a plan. And even if your plan is not perfect, you tweak it along the way. And it looks like that's what you're going to need to do here. The Knight of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, this talks about changes in the workplace. Knight of Wands in the reverse means that there's some type of help you were expecting and it does not come through. Now, sometimes this can seem overwhelming and this can seem scary. But again, I want to preface this to say, don't think of it that way, because you already are getting the heads up now, but sometimes you have to step back and reassess. Okay? If you don't have what you want, it's not because you did something wrong. It just means your plan needs to be tweaked. That's all. Now, we also have the Six of Wands in reverse. This is another card about stepping back. Now, the Six of Wands is, when it's in the upright position, it's about pageantry, showing up, and getting a lot of attention. This in the reverse means, again, we have to step back and we have to kind of let others be in the forefront while we figure things out for ourselves, especially as it relates to our money, because just because we see everybody else doing something doesn't mean that that's what we should do. We have to figure out what resonates for us financially in order to decide what we're going to pursue and how we're going to, spend our time and energy doing it. And so you have to be very, very careful that you're not just following the herd. The Three of Cups means that, again, you're going to have to do this on your own. This is not a group project, okay? This is not something that you can ask somebody, or something that, you partner with people and then you all figure it out together. No, Taurus, you have to do the work on your own. Now, this isn't, again, it's not anything to be scared or worried about, but I get the feeling that this is going to give you a lot of answers that you would not get any other way, especially money answers. If you have questions about your job, about your business, about your investments, about what you should do, next in your career, all these things, you're going to figure out on your own. Okay, nobody can answer these questions for you. But let's see what continues to show up for you, Taurus, because I'm feeling like there's a breakthrough coming. But let's see what the cards say. All right. Yep, there it is. All right. What do we need to know for the sign of Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2020? All right, I called it, and here it is. The opportunity comes through. It shows up for you in a very big way. However, Taurus, it looks like as we move into the second half of November, sometimes you're getting in your own way. What's up with that? We have the Nine of Wands here. Now, this is good. You get a huge breakthrough opportunity. Something wonderful explodes in a good way once we hit the second half of November. But here you are feeling discouraged. Here you are not trusting your intuition. Here things are getting kind of out of balance. What's going on? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, this is you having self-limiting beliefs, self-doubt, not trusting yourself, second-guessing yourself. But here's confirmation that people do value you, and you have something to give. You have a way to serve. You have a purpose. You have talent. You have experience. You have the skills, the drive. You have the personality. You have what it takes. But it looks like the problem is you, Taurus. You are self-doubting here. And this is kind of frustrating because I'm looking at this, and there's nothing external. This is all internal stuff. This is internal stuff that's getting in the way. If you don't have the money that you want, if you're not, creating the income, the revenue, the profits that you want, there's something in you that needs to be tweaked, and I can see that very clearly here. Either you need to shift your perspective, either you need to work on your beliefs about yourself and your worth, or you need to trust yourself and not look to other people or external circumstances for the answer. Because the good is here, the good is coming. People have already validated you. I mean, not that you need that, but your worth has already been validated, okay? So it's not that. But these cards here are saying there's a problem with with how you feel, with how you interpret things, with how you see yourself, okay? Once you figure that out, things are going to really change in a very, very big way, okay? Now, I don't want you to feel bad about this, because everybody goes through this, Taurus. Everybody goes through periods of self-doubt and feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough. And I'm not saying this is everybody across the board. I'm not saying every Taurus is going to be this. But what I am saying is that everybody is in this spot at least once, if not many times in their life. Everybody goes through this, okay? And this could just be the timing of it for you, Taurus. But let's see what else shows up. Because I do see I saw the breakthrough, but I also see that this is only temporary. This is not, you're not going to be stuck. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Taurus? Yep. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of November 2020. And there it is. All right, so clearly I can see what's going on here, right? Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is good. Breaking free of the poverty mindset, breaking free of the belief that there's a lack in any way, shape, or form. This is very good, okay? Fell onto this Ace of Wands, this is all good. Ten of Swords in the reverse, this means you're healing from emotional trauma. You're healing from a breakup. You're healing from major disappointment. Maybe someone close to you passed away. Maybe you broke up with someone, maybe a relationship, whatever the case may be, but you're healing from that. See, now that gives us a little bit of clarity of what's going on here. You could have been going through some personal stuff here, and so it caused you to have self-doubt. But once we get towards the end of November, you're on the path of healing. You're on the path of releasing. You're on the path of letting it go. Now, the Five of Wands here talks about strained communication. Now, I'm not sure if this is something professional or if this is personal. I want to say it's personal just because that's what I'm feeling intuitively, but it doesn't have to be for everybody. But there is some strained communication here. And again, it fell onto these cards here, fell onto the High Priestess and the Temperance in reverse. And that leads me to believe that you had some strained conversations because you were going through something this third week in November. You were going through some stuff. You were having a moment here, okay? And because of that, it was hard for you to express yourself. It was hard for you to talk, with certain people because you had some things going on that you were dealing with. Now, we also have the Two of Cups here. This is a beautiful card. Also, the Sun card is beautiful. Now, I don't care if the Sun shows up in reverse. In my readings, the Sun card is always positive, whether she's upright or in reverse. Now, if she's in reverse, it just means, maybe to a lesser degree, but it's still all good. So the Two of Cups talks about a divine union, a divine partnership, you coming together. This could be you working with your dream job, doing a passion project. It could also be, a brand new friendship, a brand new relationship. But it's you coming together with the right person or the right thing at the right time. Now this turns things around for you beautifully, because we have the Sun card here. Now, the Sun is one of the most positive cards in the deck. And when she shows up in the reverse, it means that good is coming your way. All is unfolding as it should, maybe even better than what you had expected, especially when it relates to your money. So things definitely move on the upswing for you, Taurus, as we close out the month of November. Things are going to be a little rocky, but you overcome it beautifully. You know, you're in a position to make more money. You know, you hear back from, you know, the person or the job. You know, maybe you're called back for that second or third interview, right? So that's still good news. Now, the Sun in the upright, if you would have got that, it would have been like, oh yes, you got the job. But let's say you have 3 or 4 interviews you have to go through. Well, this tells us you're going to get the second interview. You're going to get the third interview. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that's what it is. But for some of you, that probably is what it is. So I just want you to know, Taurus, is that this is going to be, November's going to be a month of growth. It's going to be a month of kind of learning how to overcome. I'll say it that way. It's like you learn how to deal with disappointment. You learn how to overcome setbacks. And then you use those lessons to take you further towards the goal that you're trying to achieve. So get ready, Taurus. It's going to be healing. So let's see. Oh, yep. We've got the Spirit Animal Oracle here. You got Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. And look at this card. You've got one of the master numbers here, card number 11, this gorgeous butterfly, and then you have transformation is beautiful. Yes, that is the theme of your reading, transformation. You know, it's not always a smooth process. It never is. But you do work your way through it, and the transformation is beautiful. All right, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, go ahead and drop them down below. If you'd like to connect with me for a private reading, I will have that information linked for you in the description. And I want to say thank you, Taurus, for spending this time with me. We'll definitely do it all again next month.